Okay, now we're on the X side, and of course this is the Xforms Common Environment, or XFCE, and a lot of people say, well, I don't want to use XFCE, it looks too much like Windows 98. Who says it has to? Let me tell you what, folks, I had this on my virtual machine for a good month and a half, and I wanted to run this through the ropes and see if it really is solid, and let me tell you what, folks, this distribution lives up to its name. Now, we're also looking at this newer version in live CD mode because I wanted to demonstrate that even this one also has full support for VirtualBox. So great platform for testing and that sort of thing. And I just love the way they set this up. It even has a KDE look and feel, like from the mouse cursors to the actual theming of this desktop environment. On the bottom right corner of the screen, a volume control, the time, power indicator, and your internet connection. And as we move on to the left, you have access to your file manager, which is Thunar, and it looks very nice with the theming that they use. This is using the a KDE theme, and it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember what it's called right now. And then, of course, you can collapse all windows and show the desktop by clicking the icon here on the lower left. Then, of course, your menu, you get the new Whisker menu. And let me tell you what, folks, this looks nice as well. Very elegant indeed. And this is a beautiful, lightweight operating system that you can build on top of. It just has the bare minimum things that you need that you can just start piling on all your favorite applications. Okay, so they have a number of applications already in favorites for what they believe may be the applications you'll probably want to use most. But we'll get into all the applications here in a moment. This also shows files that you have recently used here, all of them, then settings. Okay, so in settings, you have your settings manager, or you can actually just go through all of these individually. In accessories, you get an application finder, you get the bulk renamer, Catfish, Clipman, calculator, GTK hash. Lots of stuff in here, all lightweight, ready for you to use. In graphics, you get a simple document viewer, you get the GIMP, Ristretto image viewer, Shotwell, Photo Manager, and Simple Scan. You'll notice this doesn't have quite as many applications as the KDE side, but they had lightweight in mind when they built this. Also, it is my understanding that when Solid made the X version, this was in response to Linux Mint no longer offering a Debian XFCE edition. So, for those of you who missed out on that, here you go. We've got another Debian-based distribution based on the Jessie testing branch. In Internet, just like the KDE version, in this version you also get Firefox, you get Mozilla Thunderbird, you get Pigeon for Internet transmission for all of your BitTorrent needs, and of course XChat IRC. In multimedia, a simple audio mixer, Exhale, for listening to your music, Pulse Audio, VLC, and XF Burn, my personal favorite disk burner. I think it is just as does just as nice of a job as K3B, although K3B and the KDE end does offer more features than XF Burn does. Okay, and then in Office, you don't get the full LibreOffice suite in this case. You just get a simple, the simple Abby Word, which is just a simple word composer, a dictionary, the document viewer, GNU Merrick for those of you who need to edit a few spreadsheets, Orage Calendar, and Orage Global Time. Those always ship with XFCE desktops, so they're there by default. And then, of course, some tools here to get the most out of the system. So all in all, very nice lightweight setup. I really like how they made this look. A lot of thought went into this, and during the month and a half that I did have this on my in a VirtualBox install, I let updates go through, and I really didn't run into any issues with this. So I would have to say that SolydX definitely lives up to its name, and I would have every reason to expect that the KDE version would as well. Though I'm not really a KDE user, I like some components of KDE. I just don't choose to use its whole desktop. So, all in all, very pleased to see this. Very nice to see a decent Debian-based distribution coming up in a world where we're just getting inundated with way too many Ubuntu-based distributions. So very nicely put together. I think the Solid team put together a wonderful distribution, a great contribution to the community. So if you think this is something you might like, you may want to consider checking these out.